Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you a really quick and easy way to make an ultra suede tassel. So tassels are great. They can be a focal piece or they can be an embellishment. And what's nice about this one, we are using a TierraCast Maker's Collection Pagoda cord end as our cap. So it has this really nice loop at the top that you can easily put a jump ring through. So what you're going to need for this project is, of course, the cord end. So I've got this one right here, and this one fits an 8mm cord. That's the inner diameter of the well. Then we're going to need some 3mm ultra microfiber suede, and then some E6000 glue. And those are your core supplies. Now in terms of tools, you're going to need a pair of scissors, Post-it note and some type of applicator for your glue, and just some tape from home. So let's begin. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to rough cut our suede. And I say rough cut because there's no point precisely cutting this to begin with, because you'll just have to go back and trim it later. And we need 12 pieces, about 2.5 to 3 inches long each. So I'm just going to eyeball it and cut 12 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so if you do the math, 12 pieces, about 3 inches long each, you're going to need about 36 inches for one tassel. And in this particular spool, you get 3 yards. You could do 3 tassels with this spool. So I'm going to set these aside. And of course, you can make the tassels longer or shorter, whatever you like. But for this one here, we're going to do about 3 inches. So now we're going to take our piece of tape, and we need actually 3 pieces of tape. So the first one that we want is a little bit longer strip, about 8 inches or so. We're just going to lay that on our table. And you'll notice I'm working right on my work table versus having a nice cloth, because I do need this tape to stick to it. Then I'm going to need 2 pieces of tape about 1.5 inches long each. And then I can set my tape aside. And what I want to do is I want to actually, so the sticky side is up on this long strip, and now the sticky side on the short strips is facing down, and I'm taping the ends of this long strip to the table itself. And that's going to give me a really nice sturdy platform to work off of. Now I'm just going to go ahead and lay my strips into my tape, starting at least 1/2 inch from the edge of where the securing tape starts. And I want to lay them at least 1/2 inch into the tape. So here's my tape line and about 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to lay the next one right next to it, but leaving a small little, not even 1mm gap. Okay, they're all set. You can see they're not terribly even. Don't worry about it. Press them into place. Now go ahead and take off the one end of securing tape and trim this so it's about 1/2 inch, and fold over that 1/2 inch onto your first couple cord lengths. And then we're going to go ahead, trim this one, so there's about, I'd say 1.5 inches or so. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to roll our tape. So we're going to just carefully make a tight roll, and we want to try to make sure that we don't go askew with this roll. You know, sometimes when you're rolling paper, you end up with like a longer tube of it because it just goes askew. We're going to try to go pretty straight so that all of our ends line up. Okay, so I finished my roll and now I'm just going to keep rolling into that extra tape. And over. So this is what we have. Now, all of our tassels are kind of going in every direction. That just kind of happens. If you just kind of work with them, you can straighten them out a little bit, but they do kind of fly out there and it's just part of the design. So now I want to trim this to expose the end of my cut pieces, because those are going to need to adhere to the glue, which I'm soon going to put in the well of my cord end. So go ahead and trim it so it's about 1/4 inch from the bottom tape line. And I'm just cutting right through all of that. So that's what we've got, and now we've exposed the suede. I did not just want to glue tape. Take your E6000. And put some on a Post-it note or scrap piece of paper. Then we're going to take an applicator and we're going to try to get that glue down into the base of the well and rub it around the sides. And definitely do try to get it into the bottom of the well, not just the sides, because the sides are going to be the tape and the top part here, which will go to the bottom of the well, is going to be the actual suede. So now fit that piece into your cord end and push it all the way. And there you go. So this is what we have so far. And now it's time to trim our tassel ends. And you can wait until this dries if you want. Probably a good idea, but for the purpose of the video, I want to complete this project for you. So just hold the ends. You can decide how long you want these to be. And then just cut through them. Okay, and then look at what you've got. Always do more trimming or whatever you like, but you do now have a really pretty ultra suede tassel that was quick and easy to put together, and you can now apply it to your jewelry projects. And you can find the supplies for these tassels and more at Beadaholique.com.